Well, it's summertime here at Zink Calls, and Avian-X and myself and Fi Shelby have been working on season 4 of Avian-X TV. It's airing right now on the Pursuit Channel, Sportsman Channel, and Wild TV up in Canada. And we thought it'd be pretty cool to kind of reflect a little bit on some of the past seasons and pull out some of our favorite episodes and show you all. And the first one we're going to show you is my all-time favorite. Out of my 8 years of doing this and all the places I've been, this is probably the coolest hunt I've ever been on. I mean, it was just, we had elements, we had birds, it was cold, the brackish water was freezing up out on the Chesapeake Bay. We had so much equipment. We had 2 boats out on the Chesapeake, and we got there and we're like, all right, these guys know they know the deal, they know what's going on. And we go out there, and me and Fi kind of looked at each other and we're like, man, this is pretty rough, you know, because the waves were just rolling over the boat. Everybody was covered in ice by the time we even got where we were going. And actually, when we pulled back into the dock, Fi was like, that a pretty normal day? Or like, no, man, I was a little puckered up the whole time. And when the guy running the boat says that, you know you're in some pretty dangerous stuff. But we made it out safely and all that, and it was just a hunt that I'll never forget.
Well, after a couple of relaxed days of hunting Canadas and dry fields, we turned it up a couple notches and we find ourselves on a rough and scary water of the Chesapeake Bay.
We don't hunt waterfowl because we have to.
We do it because we want to.
We do it because that's what we love to do. Traditions always outweigh the conditions.
It's in our blood with every heartbeat. It is inhaled with every breath and exhaled with every cadence of our call.
It's our duty as waterfowlers to pass that tradition on.
People said we couldn't make a living selling calls and decoys for cold, hard cash. But we faced the odds and took a chance. Now this business is our livelihood. Like a well-oiled machine, we have to work as a team.
Day in, day out, we rely on everyone around us to make sacrifices,
To make tough decisions, to strive for greatness. Sometimes tensions rise and tempers break.
but at the end of the day, we are one. We are Avian-X.
Avian-X TV is brought to you by Browning, the best there is. Mossy Oak, it's not a passion, it's an obsession. Pattern Master, the science of shot. Go Devil. Heavy Shot, the industry leader in performance shot shell ammunition. Zink Calls, a champion in every call. And Avian-X, fuel the madness.
On this week's episode of Avian-X TV, we find ourselves on the windy and rough Chesapeake Bay hunting redheads and canvasbacks with a bunch of our good friends from the eastern shore of Maryland and a close friend of mine and Jimmy's, Georgie, Zaraka, and Philip. Now, when you look at Georgie and said, hey, you think it's going to be too rough? And he says no, it's still very questionable. As we find ourselves out there about 7 to 10 miles from shore, 3 to 5 foot swales and a 20-foot john boat, and you look at everybody in the boat when we're covered with ice, it's kind of questionable if we should even be here. We're on the Chesapeake Bay. It's January, cold. We got about a 15 to 20 mile an hour north wind. Pretty rough out there. It is cold. It's at 8 degrees right now. Wind chill is below zero. Going going after open water ducks. We're gonna be shooting redheads, cans, and blackheads. It's gonna be a little bit of a rough ride. Hopefully we can get out there. We're gonna try to keep it safe as possible. If we can get to where we need to get, it should be unbelievable. Chose the wrong spot. Well, you don't know. We got out here, we thought the birds would start moving. The birds really aren't moving. Our initial thought was upwind. That was about a mile, and the ducks are going in there. Our problem is right now we got waves on the decoys, and it's cold. It's probably, I don't know, 10, 15 below zero wind chill, and our decoys, you look out there, look like icicles. So even if the birds do come here, we're never going to get them. So we're going to have to make a move. It's going to be a cold one. It's going to be a lot of work, but we got to do what we got to do.
This segment has been brought to you by Browning, the best there is.
The key to waterfowl hunting is location. As bad as it sucked to pick up all that equipment in the freezing cold and the wind and move, we realized in short order that this is what we had to do. So we're at location number 2, and it looks to be the best location, and I'm sure it's going to pan out. Here he comes. Phillips up.
Oh, there's a whole group of them. There's a whole group of them right behind him.
Get him, George. It's hard to beat that there. Right there, 8 guns come up, cut them all.
Dogs in here, we got more coming. Got more coming? as well get the boat on that one, George.
That'd be a good one. Hey, George, that'd be a good one to call it on right there.
This segment's been brought to you by Mossy Oak. It's not a passion, it's an obsession. And Heavy Shot, the industry leader in performance shot shell ammunition.
The Chesapeake Bay is a mixture of more than 18 trillion gallons of fresh and salt water. Even though its deepest point is 174 feet, the average depth is only 21 feet. A person 6 foot tall could wade through more than 700,000 acres and never get their hat wet. The conditions on the bay can change in a heartbeat. The water can go from glass to kicking up 4-footers in no time. In 2011, there were 25 boating fatalities on the Chesapeake Bay. This is why having the right equipment and experience is imperative. You have to know the limitations of your equipment and the limitations of yourself.
on day 3 here, you know, we spent basically almost 2 days driving around in ice floes, breaking ice, and just bad conditions for hunting. All the conditions weather-wise, bird-wise was perfect, but the ice was just killing us. And you know, I think we were about 5 or 6 hours in this day. We hadn't even set a decoy. And to be honest with you, my doubts were extremely high that we're not even going to kill anything. And so I was trying to talk to guys going in, and we were actually going back to the boat ramp to go home. And we come around this little island. They want to check one spot. We pulled around the island, and there they were, about 300 reds and canvasbacks sitting right there, right up against the bank, feeding on the grass bed. And it turned out, thank God these guys stuck it out, because it turned out to be the best hunt of the whole trip.
Look down there. On the right wall.
What we got coming, Jordan?
Look
Right
over
there.
top of your head.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What we've been waiting for.
Going right up there where you wanted to go up.
Hurry up. Big old circle.
Come on, Bill. Yeah, hurry up, Bill. Hurry up, Bill.
Here they come. Out front. That's a Chesapeake for life right there. Might be cans. Out front. Cans.
Get him.
So we finally wrap up day 3 and had the best hunt of the whole trip. We're hunting with our good friends, Georgie and Philip, and then we met some new friends with Jason and Billy here. And it's good to have a second boat. See, we had, as you can tell, all the equipment we had. And when you're out there in that open water and it's rough and you have cold conditions, you know, if you fall in the water, I'll be honest with you, you have maybe in that conditions about 10 minutes and you're in major trouble. And taking 2 boats like that and having 2 captains that we trusted, if one person had, or one boat had trouble, we had someone to help us get us in. And that's the kind of conditions that hunting is usually best in. You know, we spent 3 days out there, and it was just hardcore hunting, and was one of my favorite hunts for the 2013-2014 season.
This segment's been brought to you by Zinc Calls, a champion in every call, and Avian-X, fuel the madness.
blends right in by the time they see it. It's a sin, shoot where they're going, not where they've been. I got 12 ducks with that green paint job, 6 more circling right on top. I love living life with my eyes to the sky.